From Southern Colorado's high-definition news leader, this is News Channel 13, where the news comes first.
Welcome back to Good Morning Colorado, everyone. It is 6:30 on this Friday, August 2nd. I'm Brittany Bailey. John Carroll is off this morning, but I am joined by Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Rachel Plath because we have to have someone tracking the weather forecast this morning, right?
And that somebody's going to be me today. We are tracking temperatures out there that are very warm to start you off on your Friday morning. We've got temperatures in the 60s already for Manitou Springs, just an indicator that it is going to be another hot afternoon. 66 degrees there, and we have partly cloudy skies across much of the region. 54 in Cripple Creek right now from Century Casino, and a beautiful sky in Falcon. 65 degrees there. We have some 70s on the board too, from Pueblo all the way into La Junta. Salida coming in at 72. 68 degrees the current temperature in Springfield. Through the afternoon, temperatures will continually warm. 80s and 90s expected by noon. 4 o'clock, we are anticipating more thunderstorms. So similar to the past couple of days, we are going to be impacted by that monsoonal moisture, which means that thunderstorms will start to develop over the mountains first and then gradually slide to the east as we move through the mid to late afternoon into the evening. Storms that do develop will be capable of producing heavy rainfall, so we will have to monitor the burn scars out there today. As a whole, though, should be quieter weather-wise out there today than we have tracked for the past couple of days. Tomorrow, that's going to change. Tomorrow, it's going to be an active day of weather. We have a good chance that if you haven't seen storms yet this week, you will tomorrow. We're tracking a boundary that moves in the morning. That's going to keep temperatures slightly cooler than what we'll see out there today. It's also going to increase the chance for thunderstorms. Flash flood watches have already been issued for the Waldo Canyon and Black Forest burn scars starting tomorrow at noon. We'll keep the storms around on Sunday, Monday too, and then we increase the storm chances again by the middle of the work week next week. I have all of this information coming up in more detail later on in the newscast. Brittany, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Rachel. 2 Fort Carson soldiers are still in the hospital this morning. They're being treated following a lightning strike at Butts Army Airfield on Wednesday. 12 were taken to the hospital after the storm rolled in during a training exercise. 1 is still in serious but stable condition. Another is in stable condition. Fort Carson is looking into what happened. More students, teachers, and staff are getting ready for the first day of a new school year this morning. And this year, there is a new grading system. But the students are not the ones being graded. It's the teachers. KRDO News Channel 13's Emily Allen is outside Sand Creek High School this morning and tracking some controversy. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Brittany. We're outside of Sand Creek High School where students and teachers are trickling in for that first day back to class. I'm joined with Sand Creek High School Principal Ron Hamilton. You have been a part of a group that has been evaluating this teacher grading system that we've heard a lot about that's going to be rolling out statewide this year. What is your thoughts about this new system?
Well, I think the new teacher evaluation frameworks that the state has created for us and that Sand Creek Innovation Zone and D49 are working with are an opportunity for increased collaboration and communication between faculty, our amazing teachers, and our administrators and curricular leaders, instructional coaches, designed to increase students' performance in the classroom and take learning as fast and as far as we can take it.
And what are your expectations or your goals here at Sand Creek for this school year?
My expectations for this year is that our instruction in classrooms will meet the kids where they're at and will take them to the highest levels of learning and questioning and inquiry, writing, math, science, and knowledge in all content areas over the course of the year. And we'll do that by always looking at our instructional practices, looking at what's going on in the classroom and how we as a school support our teachers and our students, and at the same time by creating relevance and engagement for our kids through traditions that mean something to them and creating new experiences so that they all know they're Sand Creek Scorpions and they're excited to be here every day.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Ron. We wish you the best of luck on your new school year.
Thank you.
Reporting in Colorado Springs, Emily Allen, KRDO News Channel 13.
All right, thanks so much, Emily. Well, it won't be long until all schools are back in session, and that means back-to-school shopping is in full swing. This morning, we have some apps that could save you money. Retail Me Not and Yowza are 2 mobile apps that draw in discounts, coupons, and deals based on your location. Users simply scan coupons from the phone at checkout. The Shoptopia app is also location-based, finding the nearest stores and discounts for you. And there is also a search function if you're looking for a deal on a specific item, such as shoes or clothing. There is an ominous warning for U.S. interests overseas this morning. The State Department has ordered the closure Sunday of all U.S. embassies and consulates across the Muslim world, based on what officials call a credible threat. Devin Dwyer has the latest from Washington.
A siren from the State Department. American diplomatic outposts across the Muslim world now facing a specific and credible threat. Officials say more than a dozen embassies and consulates will be closed on Sunday, including some of our biggest in Egypt, Iraq, and Kuwait. The mass closure is the first of its kind in over a decade since the one-year anniversary of 9/11.
Individual U.S. embassies and consulates will announce whether or not they are open and whether they are implementing restrictions or other measures.
A senior U.S. official told ABC News it is a specific threat, a concerted effort against a U.S. embassy or consulate. We just don't know what the specific target is. U.S. officials suspect Islamic jihadists may be plotting an attack. Fresh on their minds is last year's surprise assault on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya. Insurgents with ties to al-Qaeda killed the U.S. ambassador and 3 other Americans. At the White House yesterday, President Obama discussed counterterrorism with the president of Yemen, a country home to a top al-Qaeda affiliate.
These threats are not only transnational in nature, but also cause severe hardship for the people of Yemen themselves.
Those threats urgent enough that the U.S. Embassy in Yemen's capital will be closed on Sunday.
The State Department has not ruled out keeping the embassies closed for additional days. There is also a concern that other American targets could be connected to the threat. Devin Dwyer, ABC News, Washington.
Turning to our wildfire coverage this morning in Washington State, some residents are being forced out of their homes as crews battle a fast-spreading forest fire. It started Saturday, and since then, it has grown to more than 72,000 acres. Firefighters are chasing down the flames from above with water-dropping aircraft, and on the ground, it's now about 25% contained. Happening today, there is a meeting planned to help folks looking for assistance following the Black Forest fire. Last week, President Obama officially declared the Black Forest fire a federal disaster. This morning, FEMA is holding a briefing to discuss what help is available. Now, that's happening at 10 a.m. It's taking place at the El Paso County Transportation Complex in Colorado Springs. Well, you've heard of the Energizer Bunny, but how about the Energizer Bear? One bear just keeps going and going back to the same trash bin at the Edelweiss restaurant. Check out video from Wednesday night. The bear gets the trash bin open before dragging it away. Employees found it tipped over in the parking lot. And now take a look at this video from Tuesday. The same bear, the same trash bin, but this time he was not able to get that trash bin open. The Department of Wildlife showed up and gave Edelweiss tack strips to put on top of the trash bins and chains to keep them shut.
We're going to try and deter him from coming back anymore, and hopefully that'll keep him away. And we don't want to hurt him, and we don't want to get him in trouble, and hopefully Department of Wildlife is just going to let him run his course.
The manager tells us he's not too concerned because the bear still seems to be scared of people, but he told his employees to be extra careful and to not go outside alone after dark. There are more bears causing a little trouble, this time in New Mexico. A mama bear and her cub strolled into an Albuquerque neighborhood, and getting them to leave was no picnic. The mother bear had to be tranquilized. Firefighters, though, were able to get the cub to come down out of that tree there without having to tranquilize it, but he came down kicking and screaming, just like any good baby would, right? Well, Game and Wildlife officials will release them back into the wild. Hopefully a happy ending there. Well, a dog trained to sniff out bombs in war zones was laid to rest. Coming up on Good Morning Colorado, we'll have more on Staff Sergeant Alf. And preparations are in full swing this morning to make a little boy's dying wish come true. Hear his touching story coming up on Good Morning Colorado. Time now, 6:39.